Good evening. I'm Jose Diaz-Balart in Columbia, South Carolina. It is 7 o'clock in the east, and polls have just closed. NBC News is now projecting that former Vice President Joe Biden has won a decisive victory in the South Carolina Democratic primary, widely considered a must-win for Biden, and he has done so by a substantial margin, potentially changing the dynamics of a race dominated so far by Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, the winner in New Hampshire and Nevada, as we look ahead to Super Tuesday just 3 days from now, when 14 states and one-third of all delegates will be up for grabs. With South Carolina results still coming in tonight, Sanders is running second, with the other candidates well behind. Some insight from our exit poll on how Biden won here in South Carolina, where African Americans make up more than half of the electorate. When asked who best understands the concerns of minorities, voters said Biden by 42%, far more than anyone else. And when we asked them, is your opinion of Joe Biden favorable or unfavorable? They said favorable by a very wide margin, 76%. Voters here are focused on winning in November. Asked, would you rather see a nominee that can beat Trump or one that agrees with you on issues? A majority, 53%, said beat Trump. NBC's Garrett Hake is just outside Columbia here in South Carolina. Garrett, what propelled Biden's win tonight?
Well, Jose, those same exit polls also show that African-American voters here overwhelmingly said that they wanted to see a return to Obama-era policies, not more liberal, not more conservative. Nobody wears the Obama mantle quite like Joe Biden. Also, this was an electorate that was a little bit older and a little bit more moderate to conservative, slightly less liberal than the other early states. All of those subgroups are a big part of the Biden coalition, or at least the Biden coalition that has been wanting up until this point. Really the first state where he's been able to put together all of those pieces and here create a convincing win.
And Garrett, what does this mean for Super Tuesday 3 days from now?
If Joe Biden can harness this momentum, it could be a big deal. He lags Bernie Sanders in some of the big states voting on Super Tuesday, California and Texas most notably. Could he reel Bernie Sanders back in there? And can he hold off Michael Bloomberg? This momentum coming out of South Carolina will help.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.